Hey guys, it's Gaz here with Arrow Studio and welcome to part 3 on our HTML and CSS beginners course. Now in the first episode we went over some basic HTML tags and the structure of a HTML document, nothing too heavy. In the second episode we went and added the CSS class and I've shown you guys how to target your tags and apply some basic styling. Now we haven't really gone into much detail on the different type of styling rules you can use or the different tags you can use in great detail. And in this episode I'm going to add some more HTML tags. I'll show you a couple of rules of to-dos and don'ts in this, and we may, if we have time, add some more styling. So to start off with, let's take a look at how our page is looking. So at the minute we have a couple of headings and a paragraph. Now there isn't much style going on right now, but we will add to that. So like we said, the outcome of this series is to actually build the new Arrow Studio website, and we'll show you guys how we've done it and hopefully teach you how to use CSS and HTML at the same time. So one of the main things that we're going to have on our website is a heading bar, very much if you like Facebook or Google. At the top you always have a header where we'll have maybe a logo and a menu. Even if it's a single page app, you can have the menu to make you scroll down. So that's what we're going to start with. Now in HTML5 we now have this tag which is nav, so we can open and close a nav. Now in previous versions, and if you look at many other websites, which I'll show you how to do and see how their HTML is structured, you may see a nav with an A, and an A is an anchor which we use to link pages to pages or within the same page itself to scroll. Now that's very common in modern ones, but a lot more common, especially because there are a lot more older sites. We may have a div, and inside that we may have a list. And to create a list, we create a UL, which is an unordered list. You can either have an OL or a UL. We're going to be using a UL. I'll show you the two different types. So let's create another A tag. So let's just say this would be link 1. And this would be link 2, and inside a UL list you have a line, so let's close that and create another LI and close that, and then in here you would do link 1 and link 2. So let's save that for now and refresh our page. And tell you what, for now, let's go back to our CSS file and just delete the background and delete the color on test, just so we can see it a bit easier. And there we are. So, as you can see, on nav here, we've got link 1, link 2, or you've got a list, link 1, link 2. Now, if you're looking to structure your document in HTML5 standard, then I would say go ahead and use this type. If you're not bothered by that and simply wanted to create a list, again, this type of way is fine as well. But we, for our site, are going to use this top one. Why we're using? Just because we want to keep it HTML5. We want the browser to know that this is a nav box. So inside this, and this is our nav element on the site. So for now, let's just keep link 1 and link 2. Now, like before, to link our style sheet, we use this href, and we are going to create an attribute on our A tag, which is href. And let's just do, now the link 1 may be this page. So if we put index.html here, Now when we're on this page, this link isn't going to do anything because we're already on the page. But if we're on a different page, it would link back. So on our link 2, let's just create a page 2. Now we may not use this page 2 in our website, but for now there's no harm in creating it for testing sake. Now we want to create a page 2 so we can see something different. So what we want to do is we want to create file new. We want to do file save as, and inside our website folder we want to select all types, and then we want to type page2.html as the page, or as the name, sorry. So let's save that. Inside here what we want to do is add our doc type, and up here we want to put that. Then we want to create our HTML tags. Then we want to create our header tag. And for now, inside our head tag, let's create a title, just so we can see in the browser the title change really. So let's put page 2 inside the title, and let's create a body. And let's create a h1 tag inside the body, just with the text inside it saying page 2. So if we want to go ahead and refresh our page, as you can see, the styling automatically inside a browser for a link becomes underlined, and you can see the pointer from the mouse changes to a hand to indicate this is going to go somewhere. So if we try clicking link 1 now, it's just loading the same page again and again. If we hit page 2, we switch pages, and our title at the top changed to page 2. Now at the minute, what we have to do when we hit link 2 is hit back on our browser. So what we can do just to quickly change that, if we go back to our index page, copy our nav block, place that inside the body at the top. We'll just tidy it up if we want to save that. So now when we go to link 2, we have our link still there. So link 1, link 2. And that works quite nicely. Now for now, we're going to keep the basic styling on this A tag. But what we want to do to our nav itself is maybe put a border at the bottom, like a line, just so you can see that this is the nav and then this is your body. So to do that, we are going to go to our CSS file. We're going to delete the test class for now, and let's go ahead and delete the paragraph tag for now. And again, we want to just tidy up our index file by clearing out the classes and the ID that we set, just to keep it tidy again. So what we want to do, we want to target the nav. Now we're only going to have one nav on this particular page, so we could target by just targeting nav, but let's just say for this sake, let's add a class, and this class is going to be called main. Let's do underscore nav. Main nav, yeah. So let's go to our style.css. Now we're targeting by class, so it would be dot main nav. We're going to open the braces. Again, there are lots and lots and lots of CSS styling rules, and we'll try and cover as many as we can inside this tutorial series. Now one of the most common ones, as you may see on many sites, is a border around these tags. So to create a border, we simply type border. We then use the semicolon, and this is where we write the rules for this border. Now for a border, what you can do is you can write it all inside one tag. So where you can write 1px, which is 1 pixel in height or width. After that, we want to say the color, so let's just do black. and then after that what type of border it is. Now we're going to go with solid for this. You could have dashed, and there are many others. And once you've written the rules for this style, you close it with a semicolon, and we'll give that a quick save. So let's go back to our index, make sure that's saved, and go back to our web page, hit refresh, and it's gone and got a border. Now we didn't want a border all the way around, we just wanted a border at the bottom. So what we can do is we can go to our CSS file, and instead of border we can do border hyphen bottom. So you can target each bottom, top, left or right individually. Say you wanted a black border at the bottom and a red border at the top. That's simply how you do it. So we'll make sure that's saved, refresh, and you see we've just got a border along the bottom. That's looking quite nice. Now what you can notice, if I just zoom in here, is that this doesn't actually go all the way to the end. That's because the body tag and the HTML tag automatically by default get a bit of margin and a bit of padding. So let's zoom back out, and we want to remove that so only our styles are going on the page, and we're going to do the same with the links at the top. So to remove that, well, first we actually need to know what it is. Now every browser has a very nifty tool that we can actually look at what's going on inside this page and look at the styles, look at the paddings, and we can inspect them. Now there will be a full tutorial on this, so we're just going to dive into this. I will explain it a lot more detail later on, but if you're using Google Chrome, what you can do inside a web page is right click, we can hit inspect, and you get this pop-up. Now it may not be a pop-up view, it may be at the bottom. In the top right you've got these three little dots. Now these are how you want it to dock, and at the minute it's popped out. Let's say we want to dock it to the right. It means that your page becomes this width, and these are all the information. Now as you can see, it gives us a brief overview of the actual HTML of the page. So there's our doc type at the top that we wrote, our HTML opening tag, our header tag, the body, the nav, our A tags, the div, H1, H2 paragraph. It's got them all here, and we can hover over each one to see what they're doing. So if we hover over body, as you can see, the blue area is its actual size, and then you've got this orange around it. Now that orange is a margin. If you look over to the right, you'll see a styles page, and you can see it's got a margin of 8 pixels. Now this user agent style sheet is actually the browser doing it for us, and that's what we want to remove. So we know it's a margin style on body, so what we can do in our CSS file, in our body tag, we can do margin 0. We can close that off, we can save it, and now if we refresh, our margin's gone away, and they buttress up against the sides, and it means that our links and our headers all the way to the sides are not inside it. I think that looks a lot better. Now for now we're going to leave this open just in case we need to inspect and look at it, but we will do a full tutorial explaining on how to use this a lot better. So back to our HTML and CSS, that's looking alright. We've got our nav bar at the top, we've got our pages. Oh, page 2 doesn't look the same. Why is that? Well, if we look back in our page 2 HTML, inside our head tag, we haven't linked our CSS file. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to create a link. It's rel. It's going to be style sheet. Our href is going to be to style.css, and then we're going to close that. And I need to add these to either side. And we're going to save that, give that a refresh, and that's there. And again, our nav styled but, well, our nav isn't, our body has, but we're also missing something else. And what's the difference between page 2 and index? We forgot the class. So we want to add class main nav to our nav. So class equals, open quotes, main underscore nav, close quotes, save, and then refresh. And our header is back. So link 1, link 2, starting to come together. We're going to leave this episode here, guys. In the next episode, we are going to concentrate more on CSS. And again, we'll add a bit of HTML just to show you some rules on when to add things and when not to add things. And again, you guys got any questions what we've covered here today, make sure down in the comments you add. This project is downloadable and is in the description, so if you want to open this up and see what we've done, feel free. I'll catch you in the next episode then, guys. Bye.